Hello and welcome to the Hivecast.
We're your hosts, Makaylah Oakley
and Tabytha Thompson.
In this episode of Am I the Jerk, we'll be giving our opinion on entitled people.
So if you weren't familiar with r/AITA on Reddit, it's a subreddit where Reddit users upload their own interesting experiences and seek out other people's opinion on whether they're in the wrong or not. Hence the name, Am I the Jerk?
Because this is the first episode of our podcast, we'll be using a story published by someone from the Reddit app. I say this because eventually we want to use stories submitted directly from our viewers.
If you want your story in an episode, be sure to submit it in the Google form provided on the Buford Stinger website. Let's get this party started. So, I have an 8-year-old cousin who we'll call Katie for the sake of the story. For my 16th birthday, my best friend Jasper gave me a heated blanket because I mentioned how my room can get freezing whenever it wants. It's basically a red blanket that plugs in, you pick one of 4 settings, and it auto shuts off after 3 hours, so it's not a fire hazard. Safe to say, I love this thing. I'm actually using it right now, lol. So 2 days ago, my aunt and uncle and Katie came over for dinner. I asked Katie if she wanted to play a game on our Switch. She excitedly said yes, so we went up to my room and set it up to my TV. Just my luck, my room was freezing cold, so I set up my heated blanket for Katie and I, while my heater slowly heats up the room. When they were about to leave, Katie came running to me with the blanket, asking if she could take it home. The thing is, they have 2 dogs who ruin stuff in 2 seconds, while she doesn't take the best care of her stuff either. Understandable, since she's 8. I nicely took it from her and said no in the nicest way possible. I told her that it was a birthday gift that Jasper gave to me. She looked disappointed, but smiled. She's met Jasper, and aside from her parents and I, he's got to be her favorite person, and he absolutely adores her. She's told Jasper and I that we need to get together and get married so she can see him more often. She ran to her parents and got her stuff on, and my aunt and uncle asked why I couldn't just give it to her. I said again that it was a birthday gift from Jasper. They just said that I could have given it to her and Jasper, or I could get another one. I don't want to give it away since it was a birthday gift for my best friend, and he had a hilariously hard time getting it. He paid for it, but he had to ask his mother to order it and tried his best not to mention that it was a gift for a girl, since you can probably tell how she'd respond. I stood my ground and told them that I would not be giving it to them, and they just huffed and left. Later, they texted me saying that I was the jerk and I should have just given it to her. I was older and I should have been the bigger person. The thing is, Katie had literally no problem with me saying no, so I have no idea what the problem was. But the way the word jerk was thrown around, it reminded me of this place. So, Reddit. Am I the jerk?
I mean,
definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not.
Because
they were entitled for saying that.
Right, because it was her birthday present that she got, and
literally
from her best friend, and it took him long to get it.
It was like extravagant for him to order it.
Yeah.
And the little girl, Katie, literally had no problem with it.
She didn't. She asked and she politely declined. And
right, and then her parents came out and was like, "You should have given it to her." She literally didn't care. Hello.
Be the bigger person. She was. Katie was fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
She had a valid reason to not give her blanket. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Remember, if you want your story featured, be sure to check out the Google form on the Stinger website.
The submissions are completely anonymous, and the more submissions we have, the more episodes we can release. You make the podcast interesting. If you like the podcast so far, we would really appreciate your contribution.
Okay, that's all for today's episode. If you want to listen to more podcasts like this, be sure to check out the Hivecast section on BufordStinger.com.
Doodles!